Apologies for the wait. We had a few technical issues that we just needed to sort out, but now we're here, we're live, and thank you all so much for being so patient and waiting with us. And I hope you're having a wonderful evening wherever you are watching from the world. I've
Yes.
seen all of you in the chat getting very excited because it is a very special stream today, and it's great to have
It
you
is.
all along. I'm joined in the studio live from Prague. We have the one and only Nemiro. It's great to see you again, Nemiro. How are you doing?
Hello, Alex. Hello, our VIP guest as well. Hi,
Yes,
guys.
yeah, absolutely. And a big hello as well to a very special guest that's joining us from Germany, all the way from Krone Trailers. It's Harold. Harold, it's great to have you here with us.
Yeah, it's great to be in, but to be honest, there is no VIP inside. It's simply Old Harry. That's it.
Well, we see you as a VIP, and we're really, really thankful that you could take the time out of your day to be here with us to celebrate what is a very special anniversary indeed. And you're
Absolutely.
also mentioning a little bit earlier that it's very warm right now in Germany.
It's far too warm. Yeah.
It's far too warm, so I think a lot of us would
same
like
here
to
in
be.
Prague.
It would be nice to be inside of the cool trailer, so maybe we can all jump in with the air conditioning that it has on there.
Good idea.
It'll be quite nice. It'll be very, very nice. But again, no, thank you for being here this evening, and a big thank you to everyone as well who's watching. We are live on YouTube, and we're also live on Twitch, and there's over 1,000 of you who've been waiting here for today. Also, just apologies in advance if there is a few sound issues. We had to use a bit of an alternative setup. Our team are kind of monitoring the situation as well. So yeah, we see all your reports in the chat as well. So do keep that up as well. But yeah, thank you. All right, so we're already on the road here. Nemiro, you're driving the brand new DAF as well in
Yes,
the game.
and
But
I'm
yeah,
heading to the nearest truck service to put the amazing new celebration lettering to this wonderful Cooliner trailer.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're driving the kind of the more standard kind of factory version of it right now in the game, as we can see here. The one that most people are used to seeing within Euro Truck Simulator 2. But recently, Krone unveiled a very special anniversary design to celebrate 25 years of the Cooliner trailer, which is, if we think about it, it's quite a long time, isn't it, Harold?
Well, if you consider it was 64, is 25 not that much, but okay. Time is running as I see it more and more, but 25 years to be, let's say 25 years successful in the market with that Cooliner, we are very proud of.
Absolutely, and it is something to be very, very proud of indeed, and that's why we're so excited to team up with all of the team over at Krone Trailers, as well as all of our team are very excited to be able to bring such an exciting addition to the game, and as well as to have these trailers in Euro Truck Simulator 2, because they're so high quality and well known across the trucking industry, and it's just fantastic to see that they have been going on for such a long time, a real staple in the trucking industry for sure. And for those that maybe don't really know much about the trailers or the business of them, maybe Harold, you could talk a little bit more and introduce yourself maybe a little bit as well, what you do at Krone.
Okay, once again, it's me. It's approximately 64 years old. I am, let's say, the product trainer at Krone, and I'm the crumpled face of Krone TV. So we make every week a small YouTube video, 2 to 3 minutes, and explain this and that. And that is my, let's say, main target. If we have new people on board, I tell them this is a trailer and it has 6 tires, and furthermore, I'm the, let's say, the official face of Krone TV. I am very sorry for that. It does not look very nice.
No. I mean, I've recognized you from quite a few videos that I've watched before, and the videos are very informative, and they're a lot of fun to watch as well. And I really recommend to anybody in the chat that hasn't already checked it out, go check out Krone's official YouTube channel, where you can find all of their content there, and you'll obviously see Harold there as well, giving you lots of interesting information about all the different trailers and the work that they do behind the scenes as well. It's very, very insightful, and I imagine it must be quite fun for you as well.
It is big fun, and it's a kind of huge experience. Let's say once again, I'm not 25 anymore, and I learned a lot from the camera, and let's say talking to a microphone and explaining some technical things. It's big fun and very interesting, and well, we are looking forward to the next films to produce.
I look forward to them as well. So make sure you head over to their channel and make sure to hit the subscribe button for more content in the future for sure. And speaking of new content, right now on the screen, we're showing off the brand new trailer here with the fantastic 25 years on the side with the candles. Yeah. And I think it's a great milestone to have. And it's such a wonderful design there as well that they've put on the trailer.
Yeah. I'm happy that it is fine in your eyes too. It took me some days to make that picture, but okay, it's quite okay.
I mean, it's great to hear that you're involved in the design process of it. I mean, your artwork is fantastic.
This is handmade, you know.
Very nice. It's very nice. Yeah, it's a very nice design. I love the blue. I love the birthday candles, and it's really showing off those big 25 years that we're celebrating of the Krone cooler liner, which is quite a staple within Krone's trailer lineup, isn't it?
Well, it is part of the Krone family. I estimate that we produce around 50,000 units a year with wheels on. There are some 12 to 15,000 swap boxes on top of that, but around 50,000 trailers and semi-trailers, and amongst them we are talking about some 10,000 coolers from our factory in Lübtheen.
And the cooler that we have attached on it is a, forgive me if I'm saying this wrong, but is it the Celsinio cooling unit?
I didn't get the question once again, please.
Sorry, the cooler that we have attached to the trailer is the Celsinio. I think I'm saying that correctly. The Celsinio cooling unit.
Well, it is. What you see here in the picture is that very new cooling unit from Liebherr, and it is a cooperation with Liebherr and Krone, and we call it Celsinio. And the great point of that machinery is that if you compare it to a normal one, you have in the cooling circuit, you have one condenser, one compressor, one evaporator, and one injecting valve. And if one of those four very major components fail, the load within your cool liner, well, has a major problem. And the idea of this Liebherr unit is that you have divided the unit into three parts. So you have three individual and autark working, let's say, cooling units. And if one unit fails for what reason ever, there are remaining two to, let's say, to end the job. So that is the big idea behind, and yeah, good idea.
Fantastic. Yeah, it seems like there's a lot of technology packed into kind of a small space for the trailer, and technology plays an important part as well when creating these trailers, you know, trying to keep up with, you know, today's designs and all the modern technology available for trailers.
Yeah, right.
Right, yeah, and it go ahead.
Yeah, well, we are starting with that cooling unit, let's say, officially in sale this first quarter of 2021, and of course we have not that big quantity on the market. I guess we are talking today of about 150 units, but it's getting more every day, and of course the market so far was dominated by two major companies called Carrier and Thermo King, and let's say that was more or less over 3 or 4 decades the only brands they knew. So for sure it will take some time to get that engine more and more into the market, but for sure it will help that there are two, let's say, very strong partners on board. That is Liebherr, of course, and Krone.
Very strong partners indeed. And I imagine over the past 25 years, a lot of the technology and design has changed throughout until we've gotten to this point with the most, recent kind of update to the Cooliner trailer.
For sure. We started in 69, I guess, 1969, and we sold a US product. The company is called Wabash, and the typical design of the Wabash semi-trailer was that there were thousands of rivets, and it was very, let's say, typical approach. And but then we recognized that it would make sense to not only to import something, but to do our own baby. And so we switched in 2000, and we merged a company in Denmark called Norfreak. And those guys worked these days with GRP, that is glass fiber reinforced plastic. And the capacity of that acquired company was not big enough, so it was not more than 3,000 units a year, and that was the reason for us to say, hey, we have to build a real new one on the green field. And that was in 2007, where we started in Lübten, and where we switched from GRP to a steel layer insulated panel.
Right. So yeah, a lot of history and a lot of change throughout that time then. And I imagine it takes a lot of work for, a team to kind of come up with these new ideas and changes when creating these trailers and kind of trying to move forward with the future.
Yes, of course. But you say you can imagine that it was a lot of work. But yes, it was a lot of work. But I can assure you that we are still working on that, and still improving it, let's say, more or less every day with every semi-trailer you build with that let's say technology. You get more, let's say, more deeper into the details, and today the quality level is quite impressive. We are very happy with that top level Cooliner semi-trailer.
And you should be as well, because it's looking fantastic as Nemiro here driving it in the game in the beautiful sunshine, even though we're maybe not enjoying it as much with the heat, but it looks great on the road. And you're mentioning to us earlier that actually there is actually one of these trailers already on the road of Europe. Is that correct?
These trailers, you see thousands, 10,000s of them, but those, let's say, 2021 trailers together with a Celsineo cooling unit. That is not that much, because of course the Cooliner is sold now 25 years already. So that's the reason why we have the 25th anniversary. But only a few of them have that leap cooling unit, because we started in selling in the first quarter of this year.
Really interesting to know. Yeah, of course. I imagine there's thousands of different versions of it across Europe being used every day, to transport all sorts of different goods and products across Europe. And I imagine coming very, very handy right now with the heat that we have across Europe, a bit of a heat wave. So I imagine keeping all those different products very, very cool inside the trailer, which of course is its main aim.
Well, there are several aims when we are talking about temperature-controlled transport. Let's say the two big issues are we transport something which is deep frozen up to minus 25 degrees.
Wow, okay.
Minus 25, wow.
Minus 25. So if you transport your deep frozen pizza, it is around that temperature level. If you for instance switch to, let's say, dairy products, that is milk, butter, and something, then we are talking around to 3 to 5 degrees centigrade. And if we are talking about flours, it is 7 to 8. And talking about hashed meat, it is 2 centigrade. So that is a very, let's say, complex story. Depending on what you have loaded, you have to be able to adjust the temperature accordingly.
Yeah, and I imagine that plays obviously an important role in delivering those different products fresh to their destination. And especially if they can spend a number of hours inside of a trailer. But I imagine obviously you've thought of that in mind, and it's designed to keep those frozen or chilled or whatever the temperature may be while it's on the road, using that technology you're telling us about with the actual cooler itself, which is so clever, and it's probably something we very much take for granted in this day and age. You know, I imagine way back when, you know, you couldn't transport goods as freshly, but now with the trailer, you know, you can keep your products fresher for longer with the temperature control.
Yeah, like for example, the seafood. You know, the fishes from sea, they, if I'm not wrong, they has to be transported as well, like minus zero temperatures, right? And for us, like for example, here in Czech Republic, we couldn't even imagine to have a fresh seafood without trailers like the Cooliner is.
Well, for sure, that is necessary or not possible without that technology.
Yeah.
And yeah, as when you go into a supermarket and want to buy your fish, you see it is laying on ice, so that ice is more or less 0 degrees. And that is, I guess, as well the transporting temperature. If you want to, let's say, reach a level of freshness, so that you can say this fish is fresh and it is not deep frozen. So that is, it is, let's say, better for the quality if the fish stays, let's say, in that area around 0 degrees.
Very interesting to know, because you know you don't really think of these kind of things when you go to the supermarket. You just see the fish, or you see, you know, the nice frozen goods. You just take it home, you put it in your own freezer, you cook it, and you enjoy it. But you don't really ever think about the logistics of these things. And this is where obviously the trailers play a very important role in, you know, going from the source to your local supermarket or shop. Or amazing to think about. And yeah, again, I feel like we do take this sort of technology for granted. Of course, us being, you know, very tracker orientated, a lot of players in our game might know about some of these details and kind of play the role of the trucker in Euro Truck Simulator 2. And it's so great that we're able to bring this new edition of the Cooliner trailer into Euro Truck Simulator 2. A lot of our players are very excited already, because quite a few of them have already been hauling this special 25th anniversary design across Europe. And we're actually running a hashtag campaign as well on Twitter and Instagram and all of the social media goodness, that if you use the hashtag 25 years Cooliner and submit a photo of you driving with this newly designed trailer from Krone in Euro Truck Simulator 2, you could win some really awesome merchandise or some gifts from Krone, which they've so kindly provided. And yeah, we'll have to keep an eye on those on social media. I've seen quite a few. I'm not sure if you've seen a few as well, Nemiro.
Yeah, I mean the socials are being flooded by pictures of this anniversary special lettering for the Cooliner paint job from Krone Trailers, and I also love them in combination with the recently released DAF truck.
It is a very nice combination, especially with the colors that you have on your truck and trailer as well. The matching, you know, kind of Krone blue on the DAF there as well, which is looking fantastic. And I'm seeing quite a few people post the hashtag within the Twitch chat. Now, you can use the hashtag in Twitch chat in just a moment, because what we're going to do, we're going to run a giveaway in the Twitch chat. We have actually a few of the Krone that as a hashtag, but make sure to also use that hashtag on Twitter, on Facebook, and on Instagram. And make sure, of course, most importantly, to tag at Krone Trailers as well as at SCS of you hauling this new edition in the game to them. So let's get this giveaway going. We're going to give away a few keys here for the Krone trailer pack for Euro Truck Simulator 2. So your keyword chat is hashtag 25 years Cooliner, which is, I think, the most appropriate keyword you can have for a giveaway. So lots of people in the chat now are spamming that, which is great to see. And of course, you can also drive for it yourself in the game. It's come as a free update to Euro Truck Simulator 2. Lots of you already hauling with it. So while that giveaway runs, maybe you could. Are you gonna be near a garage point, Nemiro?
Probably no, but I can find a garage if you want
Okay.
to.
Yeah, I was going to say maybe we could run through some of the trailers.
True. Or I can easily switch to vehicle browser if you want.
Yes, we can do that. Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay, do you want me to do it right now?
Yeah, that'd be good.
Okay, you're the boss.
We're going to take a look at some of the trailers because, of course, Krone doesn't just have the Cool Liner trailer as their only trailer lineup, but they have quite a range of different trailers, and we have quite a few of them here within our game. And maybe you can start us off here with, well, this is the original one, right?
This is the original Cool Liner.
Cool Liner, which comes with an array of different customization options, which are highly detailed here within Euro Truck Simulator 2. But we also have a range of other ones as well. For example, the dry liner and the prof liner as well. And they are used for a range of different applications. Maybe, Harold, you could also share some light on those as well. I'm not sure if you can see on the screen there. We have the dry liner, the profi liner. And maybe you could explain a little bit about the range of trailers that you also produce.
Okay. Well, let's say the major product is
Mm-hmm.
Profi liner. We call it Profi liner. It's a curtain sider,
Mm-hmm.
so with a tarpaulin curtain, which you can, so that those vehicles can be loaded from the side.
Mhm.
Okay.
That is quicker. But so let's say the tarpaulin is more or less waterproof. It is a tarpaulin, and you connect it to the steel rail on the chassis, and to the front and the rear. But if you want to be 100% that your transport goods is dry, you have to switch, and that's in the name, to the dry liner.
I see.
That's a fixed box, and the advantage with the box, it is for sure dry. The disadvantage is you can only load and unload the box from the rear. So it is more convenient to do it from the side with the profi liner, well, you have to switch to the dry liner, and you have to load and unload from the rear if your product must be 100% waterproof transported. So
I guess that's a lot of. Sorry, go ahead.
That is the big difference. So we have the curtain siders, and we have the fixed boxes. And one of the fixed boxes, of course, we have already talked about, is that box with insulating walls and the possibility of create a temperature controlled transport. That is the Cool Liner. And a box as well, only to be unloaded and loaded from the rear. And then if you see that is a so-called, no, can you go back, please, to the skeleton?
To this one, to the box liner?
No,
the skeleton one without the actual box trailer on top.
That is the Cool Liner. I see now a Cool Liner. Do you see a different picture? There I see a skeleton. Okay.
Yeah.
This is a so-called skeleton, a container chassis that is working in the big harbors of Europe, in Amsterdam, Rotterdam, and Hamburg, getting the containers coming from the huge container ships and bringing it the last mile, well, the last 100, 200, 300 miles to the end customer. And so for that purpose, you need special designed vehicles that you have container lockings, where you put the container on it and you lock it, and then it can be driven safely to the end customer. And well, let's say that all has been semi-trailers, and we have as well a big range of trailers only, and on those trailers you can put our so-called swap bodies, which we produce in the Herzlager plant, around 15,000 a year. The most our box is a steel box, plain steel walls outside, 7.45 or 7.82 long, and this can be put onto the trailers. So these are semi-trailers for a tractor, and as well we have those trailers for a truck and trailer combination.
Yeah, it's very interesting to see because you're talking about how you get the trucks roll to the docks where they put the big containers down. And I remember in our game we have like the big cranes that load them onto the trailers, and so there you can see a range of different combinations that you can have. Here we have a double trailer even shown on the screen here, the load carrier. For more extra maximum capacity there.
Yeah, what you see here, that is a you combine a trailer and a semi-trailer to a so-called well, what is the English expression? A longer truck. This is 25 meters in total, and since 1 or 2 years, it is accepted in Germany to drive with those longer truck and trailer combinations up to 25 meters. So you have much more transporting volume. But what is a little pity is that we have to stay at 40 tons total gross weight. So it is only interesting when you transport, let's say, not pizza, but only the pizza cardboard, and then you need volume because it does not weigh very much. No? A so-called long truck, which requires a special education for the driver, and because he has to think about, let's say, a lot of more things compared to the job with a standard truck and trailer.
Yeah, I was about to say that I've tried to drive some of those kind of double trailers within a Euro Truck Simulator 2, and probably the hardest part about it is trying to maneuver it and trying to actually reverse it or put it into a parking spot. And I gotta say, unfortunately, I don't do a very good job with that. I'm even in the game, and I can't imagine, how much skill it takes for a driver to kind of learn that, to get the right maneuvers and all sorts. I'm not sure if you've ever tried to back a trailer yourself or had the chance to do that, but I heard it's not easy.
Well, when I made my driving license for trucks, I decided to do it with a semi-trailer because you have only one turning point driving backwards, and having those two turning points in mind, that is not my cup of tea. I'm very happy that there are enough specialists on the road who can drive that. It is very easy to put it towards, but driving backwards, it is a tough job.
Yeah, no, honestly, and I think Nemiro can also vouch for that as well.
Yeah, I mean, you know me. I'm not a fan of reversing with trailers. So
no, I think there's only one person that I know of in our company that can actually do it within Euro Truck Simulator 2, and that's Oscar. I believe he's very, very good at backing up trailers. He has some sort of skill that I don't know how he does it, but it definitely takes and requires a lot of skill. So a lot of respect to the truck drivers out there who are using those on the daily and backing them up as well. And I'm not sure if anyone in our chat maybe can have some bragging rights as well for those who are watching. Maybe there's a few people who can also park them quite easily within our game, and if they do, then yeah, that's amazing, because I find it very, very tough.
Yeah, hats off to everyone who can do that.
Absolutely. But honestly, it's so interesting to learn about the insight of all these different trailers and the applications and uses that they have, and it just goes to show, how much you think about the driver and also the logistics in mind when it comes for companies who are moving so many different types of products, and you're really catering for them. And I imagine you work quite closely with a lot of different logistic companies and partners and such to create the best trailer possible.
Well, of course we do that constantly, and let's say, to come back to Krone TV, our target is to reach the driver, or to inform the driver and to entertain the driver, because that is, let's say, more or less our small thank you for the jobs they do daily for us, in order to get all those things into the supermarket, where you go only with your, let's say, 911 Cabrio, and but the fish and the pizza and the
garbage absolutely
comes from all over the world, and the last mile or the last 2,000 miles, tomatoes from the south of Spain, must be transported by trucks and trailers.
Yeah, as they say, like anything you can buy out there has been hauled there by a truck. at certain point.
It's
so
true.
I think it's true. It's absolutely true.
Absolutely, yeah, they're very necessary in this day and age. And of course, during the pandemic and some of the more tougher times, truck drivers were really the kind of the heroes that were kind of not talked about enough, I feel like, in my opinion, because they're out there on the road every day, still working and still having to go to different countries and still delivering all the things that we needed when times were a little tougher. And so, but yeah, they're kind of like the unsung heroes, I would say, of our modern day age. And that's for sure. But something I actually wanted to delve into a little was that, we've taken a closer look at the trailers and all about them and the different technologies, but we haven't really kind of talked about their beginnings and actually the production of them as well, and how they are built. And of course, Krone has quite a few locations where trailers are built, and they have a very large factory as well. Maybe you could share some information about kind of where it all starts for the productions of these trailers.
Oh, well, difficult kind of trailers, so difficult approach to build them. Let's say I explain something about the easiest way and the most sophisticated way. The easiest way is, let's say, for the Profiliner, where we get a ready welded chassis delivered to our plant inverter. And this chassis is painted here, and then we put the axles and the braking systems and the electricity, and of course the superstructure. So what we do in Welter is more or less we put things together, and after 6 hours the Profiliner is ready. The front wall comes from our special facility in Herzlake, where we also build the dry liners. They deliver us the steel front walls and the steel rear doors, and they deliver all those things to Walter. We put that together, and so that is more or less a completing job. When we compare that to the process of making a cool liner, it looks different. When we start with we start with the production of an insulating panel, you get a coil with a 0.6 steel cover, and you de-roll it, cut it on the required length, and that is hard to explain. You fold together different steel lanes, and at the end of the day you get one complete side wall. The steel cover of a complete side wall, and that steel cover is waiting in a, let's say, working table where we put liquid foam in it. Liquid foam. Everybody who knows, who has built already is in his own house, working with that kind of foam, you have to be very, very well. You must be aware that if you take too much of it, it will explode. And so we put liquid foam in it, and then the second steel layer is waiting already in the press, and then it is pressed together for half an hour, and at the end of that process, let's say we are ready with one wall, and onto the wall we glue connecting profiles, and that we do with the roof and the side walls as well. And in the end of the day, when we're talking about the cool liner, it is a self-supporting box which is glued together. There are some rivets, there are some screws, but we only use them in order to be sure that there is no movement between, let's say, a roof and the side wall, as long as the glue or the bonding material is quite tough and hard and hardened. And if the bond is hardened, you can put those screws out again. It doesn't make sense to put them out, so we leave them in. But at the end of the day, it is a bonded box which does not need a single rivet or a single screw. And if you look underneath the cooling box, that when you see the chassis of the cool liner, you can see that there is, of course, that, let's say, usual design of a longitudinal beam where we fix the 3 axles and things. But let's say the first 6 to 7 meters, there is no supporting steel. It is only a 10 millimeter steel plate in which we fix the kingpin, so that we can make sure that we pull the chassis and we do not pull the box. The competitor with those guys with the long nose, they make it different. They pull the box, and that's not our kind of, let's say, quality approach. But it shows, if you have a look underneath that box, that the front part of the chassis, or that the chassis is not supporting at all the box, because this box is self-supporting, and the chassis is only built from beams where we put the axles, and the rest is only to pull that chassis.
Wow, I mean, it's amazing, kind of all the information that you have. Honestly, it's amazing how you have it all stored up in your head, and it's such an interesting process with the trailers. And I can imagine it takes quite a team and a production line as well. You mentioned your location at Vertel, and that's quite a large location, isn't it?
Well, yeah, we have the World factory, which is for the Profiliner and for the container chassis, for the skeletons, and the trailers for the swap trailers. So that is Vertel. Then we switch to Lutene. That is insulated bodies and insulated semi-trailers, cool liner at the end only. And then we switch to Herzlake, and that is for the dry liner and for the swap bodies. And the fourth point is Dinklage. That is a factory for all our axle business, and this is completed by our 5th plant, which is located in Turkey, in Tire, where we let's say produce almost the complete range, but more or less in a small scale output. So they produce, let's say, not that big quantity, but the complete range, and they take care about that, of course, the Turkish market and the Near East and African market. So we have together five producing plants, and in all of them we are talking about approximately 5,000 people on board.
Wow, 5,000. That's amazing. That's a huge team.
Producing, approximately 50,000 vehicles a year.
50,000 vehicles a year.
That is such a huge operation.
That's even like hard to imagine.
Yeah,
so many vehicles.
Definitely working hard over there at the different plants. And as Nemiro is showing on the screen, we're looking at one of the production plants there from the satellite imagery from Google Maps, and it's so big. I mean, a lot of people were commenting in the Twitch chat there about how huge it is, and just
and it's not even
the size.
It's not even updated. It's really like
the
few
older
years old images of the satellite, and I know that Krone has been like has grown a bit since that. So it's not. It's even bigger. The area is even bigger as of now. Am I right?
I have walked around that area with a meter, and I calculated exactly 900,000 square meters. And
wow.
As we produce inward 30,000 units a year, we need a corresponding great area to park the ready vehicles, because sometimes we produce it quicker than the customers can pick them up.
Yeah, it's incredible to see, and all those trailers there as well that you can see all parked up there, just all around the plant. And as you're saying, just one of the few locations that are located around, and it's just amazing to see. I mean, I would love personally to one day to be able to have a walk around. I imagine it's very interesting to kind of see the day-to-day operations at a plant and just seeing the kind of the process of it.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to be there twice or three times on a visit, or when we were like taking the high detailed materials and references for the trailers that we've been putting into the game, and it's breathtaking. It's breathtaking to see how large and well organized and modern the area is. It's really breathtaking.
And wait, when was the last time actually that you went, Nemiro?
It was before the pandemic began. In the winter last year, we've been there for a few days, actually.
Right. Nice. That's really cool. I'm quite jealous of that because I remember in the past, obviously, where we've cooperated with Krone and we've gone to take different photos and reference photos of all the different trailers and such at different locations. And you can actually find kind of older blog posts about that on our blog site if anyone is interested. And I believe also there was also a video made as well. Is that correct, Nemiro?
Yeah, true.
So you can also check that out. And for anyone who's just joining us as well, a bit later into the stream, it's great to have you along. We're here with Harold and also with Nemiro, and we're checking out and talking more about the Krone Trailers and also celebrating the 25th birthday of the Cooliner trailer, which we are showing right now here in Euro Truck Simulator 2 and is now available for everybody to use as well with the Krone Trailer pack, which we are also giving away, which we have not forgotten about. I see you all posting your hashtags in the Twitch chat. So I think, Nemiro, maybe we should give some of these keys away to some of the people who have been so patient and watching. I currently have 5 keys here for the Krone Trailer pack for Euro Truck Simulator 2. So I say we should maybe do a little bit of a giveaway here and roll the winners as we've got our keyword going. So
yeah, feel free, go ahead.
If anyone hasn't entered already, hashtag 25 years Cooliner. It could win you a key for the Krone Trailer pack for Euro Truck Simulator 2 right here, right now. But if you also use that hashtag on Twitter or on Instagram, on Facebook, with at SCS Software and at Krone Trailers, with a picture of you hauling this brand new, beautiful 25th anniversary design, then you could also win some wonderful merchandise, which Krone have so kindly provided as well, which are some cool gifts from their merchandise store. So the hashtag's just not for here, it's also for use on all social media channels. We'd love to see your photos. Quite a few of you have already sent them in as well. All right, let's get this giveaway going then. Let's give away some keys in celebration, shall we? Let's get it going. We're going to roll our first winner here. A big congratulations to Lord091
Lord Zero.
Here we go.
Lord Zero, what a like convenient name, right? Like zero below zero. Oh, I just scratched the truck a bit.
Oh, careful with your driving.
It's actually harder for me than usual because like when we are driving, then we are like using mostly the interior camera, but now I'm trying to show the amazing lettering, the amazing anniversary paint job for the trailer. So I'm trying to drive mostly from the exterior camera, but it's a way different approach for me. So sorry if I'm way too focused and a bit more silent and just driving around, but I'm trying to not hit anything with this beautiful truck and amazing trailer.
No, not at all. That's absolutely fine. So yeah, massive congratulations to Lord091. We'll be in contact with you shortly via your Twitch whispers. Let's roll our second winner, who is one Chrissy One. Congratulations. A wonderful picture of a German Shepherd there, which is very, very appropriate. Congratulations. You've also won yourself a key. Our third winner for this evening, the Dreamer 7 Up. Congratulations. You've also won yourself a key. GG's in the chat. There we go. Our fourth winner is Mania KOS. Congratulations. And our fifth and final winner is TRD Play. Congratulations to all of you. You've all won yourself a key for the Krone Trailer Pack for Euro Truck Simulator 2, where you'll not only able to drive with this beautiful 25th anniversary design for the Cooliner, but also the other trailers which we took a closer look at earlier as well, which includes the Profi Liner, the Cooliner, the Dry Liner, and the Box Liner, which are all available to use in-game with any truck. A fantastic combination there from Krone, and lots of also different designs and changes you can make to them as well in your garage. So congratulations to all you. We'll be in contact with you very, very shortly. But for the meantime, maybe Nemiro, we could maybe talk a little bit about the future with cooperating with Krone. I mean, there's some exciting things that could be happening in the future.
Deliver
right?
the future? How to deliver the future?
That's a good question, right? I mean, I feel like you're the most appropriate person to talk about this. I mean, maybe we could tease a little bit. Maybe I think
I'm not really allowed to tease like a big part of what we are planning with our friends over at Krone Trailers, but I can maybe hint that this is not the last time that you hear about cooperation between STS Software and Krone Trailers this year, and also that we plan quite bigger or like quite big things for the next year as well, for 2022. So I would suggest you to stay tuned to our or Krone Trailers social media channels, and basically be on the watch, be on the watch to not miss any important info.
Absolutely. So yeah, again, make sure to follow our socials and at Krone Trailers socials as well to keep up to date with all the latest announcements. You can also follow their YouTube channel where you'll see Harold with many wonderful videos and more informative stuff as well from the company. We definitely recommend watching that. And so we've talked a little bit about the future and we've talked about a little bit of the past, but let's talk again about the present, because of course we're celebrating the 25 years of the cooler liner. And I just wanted to ask Harold, what kind of celebrations are Krone kind of having at the moment to celebrate 25 years of the cooler liner?
I guess that our sales team has, let's say, the possibility, to bring it to the customer. Let's say with that special lettering, for a special pricing, in combination with the Celsineo unit. So I guess that is, let's say, our gift to our customers, that we want you to join us in the celebration, and in order to do that, we offer you that marvelous combination, let's say, for special offer price.
Fantastic. And also for you and your team, are you having any sort of like kind of like from home party or little office party, maybe with some, you know, some drinks and some cake or something like this? It would be nice, I imagine, right?
Well, working at Krone, you have party every day, so there is no great.
Okay. Now I'm interested.
Okay. Yeah, I would like to hear more about these parties. This sounds good.
So no, there is no special celebration, which is a pity. But yeah, once again, working for Krone is, let's say, kind of party and vacation 365 days a year.
Wow,
that's amazing to hear.
It sounds like a pretty good incentive if anyone was looking for maybe a job or some careers. I mean, it sounds like a pretty good company to work for. And can you remind us again how long you've been working for Krone for again, Harold?
Well, today I'm already here for 8 years.
8 years, wow.
For 8 years, and before that I had a decade of truck experience, so that was Volvo and MAN, and as well some semi-trailer experience. Sorry for that, but I have been 7 years together with Schmitz Cargo Bull, and on top of that, I was busy in the cooling in the cooling unit industry, a very small company, not one of the two big ones, but together with that, I had, let's say, more or less the complete picture of let's say what is used and maneuvered in the logistic industry, and that was the reason that these days I was asked to come to Wörth in order to make that product trainer job, because I know the truck, I know the trailers, and I know the cooling units, and so I was, let's say, more or less a good choice for let's call it for the Krone Academy.
I think so. I mean, it sounds like your experience is invaluable, with all the time that you've spent within the industry, like you said, with cooling units and actual driving as well. It sounds pretty amazing. And I imagine Krone is very happy to have you on board, being there 8 years. And I imagine maybe for quite a few years to come as well. I imagine you're working hard every day.
Well, most time they are happy, sometimes not, but most time.
Most times.
We are good. Bernard and me are a good team. Yeah, right.
That's fantastic to hear, and it's really good to hear all those kind of positive messages as well coming out from the company. Of course, it's been such a hard time these past couple of years, and lots of companies have had to adapt and change over that time. And it's really great that we're able to kind of have this kind of opportunity to work so closely with Krone to bring these updated trailers into the game. Of course, I'm not sure what your thoughts about it. Been able to it seems. I think we've just lost some sounds because Philip on Discord disappeared, maybe. So if you just give us a moment, I'm not sure if people can hear us or not. It seems like just for a second here, we are without audio. Okay. So we'll see what happens here. I'm back. You can hear me? Okay. Well, hello everyone. If you can hear me, because I believe I'm on the other system as well.
We all good back?
Are we all back? Are we back again?
Philip. I'm watching. I'm watching. It's good. Okay, Philip, give us a signal that everything should be good. Chat, please let us know.
Okay, we're good. Okay. All right. I think we should be good to chat. Sorry about that. Sorry about the technical hiccup. I believe Philip might need to just mute his microphone again on Discord. Otherwise, it's going to echo again, maybe, or I'm not sure.
Is there an echo?
I hope not. It seems like it's picking up his screen. No.
You should have seen Philip's face right now. He was so scared that the echo is back.
No,
don't do this to him, man.
Okay, okay. I'm sorry, Philip. I'm sorry.
We can't lose him. We can't lose him.
I was just making sure. Okay, well, okay. It's wonderful. Sorry about that, folks. We are back on the road again. If you missed out on what we're just talking about, we're talking with Harold about Euro Truck Simulator 2 and how he was very impressed by the details and the look of the game itself as well. And because we're just talking about how it must be quite interesting to see, Krone trailer products virtually within the game, and that anybody can use the trailer and drive it and use it to haul goods virtually, which is always fun because obviously a lot of us might be longing to get our license or maybe to drive a truck one day, but not all of us can do it or up to that sort of skill level, unfortunately. So this is the next best thing, I believe, in my opinion, for anybody to kind of get their hands on, on Euro Truck Simulator 2. And it's always great to see, people young and old kind of experiencing it for the first time. And maybe in the future, Howard, you would have to have a try of it as well to get behind virtually of one of our trucks. Maybe in the future we can organize that for you.
Well, I have 2 children, and they are very hard in explaining to their old dad how those things work. and I guess meanwhile they give it up. And so it makes not at all a sense that when I try to move something with a small joystick, it will crash. For sure it will crash.
Well, you can see here Nemiro on the screen actually using a full steering wheel setup that you can have as well with the gear shifter, and you should really see some of the things that our community create. Some of them almost recreate the whole truck within their bedroom. You know, they have the dashboard and the chair and everything to make it as realistic as possible. And you can play in a number of ways. You can use your keyboard, or you can use a small joystick, as you're saying, on a gamepad, or like Nemiro has in our studio here, he has a full-size steering wheel plugged into the PC, which is great at simulating the experience of trucking with the force feedback and everything of the sorts. Of course, it might not be perfectly exactly the same as driving the real thing, but I think it comes as definitely as close as possible as you can get right now for any simulator out there. And of course, it's always good fun trying to back up the trailers as well. Oh, careful there, Nemiro. Keep your eyes on the road. Eyes on the road.
I just wanted to watch what the chat is talking about right now, and you know, here is the karma for me.
He does have to be careful there, but yeah, no, it's great to see. It's great to see. But again, folks, if you wanted to drive with this trailer in game, it is now available as a free update to the Krone Trailer Pack in Euro Truck Simulator 2. Make sure again to post photos of you hauling Krone trailers in Euro Truck Simulator 2 with the hashtag that you can see there at the bottom of the screen. Hashtag 25 years cool liner, and you could win yourself some merchandise from Krone that which they've so kindly provided, and we'll definitely keep reminding you of that in the future on social media. All right. Well,
by the way, I just wanted to say that I love the taillights. The taillights on basically
with the
all
logo.
The logo of Krone on the taillights. I love it. It's so easy to recognize on the road when you are driving behind any Krone trailer. It's amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That was these days. That was big luck for us, because normally it is forbidden to make advertisement with lighting devices, because we are talking about security and things, and this Krone was not identified by the engineer of the TÜV as a company logo, and of course it was on both sides. It was the same. It was symmetric, no? And so on both sides it's the same. And so he approved, okay, that design is okay. And if you think about, let's say, the 4 rings of Audi or whatever, they would love to come to the same result, but they didn't were that lucky that we have been. So that is a big fortune we have. It's more or less a gimmick, but people are talking about that, and that is great for Krone, huh?
Yeah, I was going to say, actually, I saw one on the road here in the UK the other day, and I instantly knew it was a Krone trailer just from the brake lights, because we were driving at night, and you can see them lit up beautifully when they're braking, or with the headlights on as well, and it's just unmistakable. You always know it's a Krone trailer,
right?
And it's great to have that detail in the game as well. So very, very lucky indeed. That's quite a cool story. I didn't even realize or even think about that. That might be a hurdle to overcome with that sort of design on the brake lights.
It was. It was.
Fantastic. Well, Nemiro, as you get parked up here, I think we're going to wrap things up here. Howard, it's been an absolute pleasure talking with you today. Thank you again for coming along and for celebrating 25 years of the Cooler Liner with us as well. Again, the design looks absolutely fantastic, and we're so honored to have it within Euro Truck Simulator 2 as well for all of our players to enjoy. Was there anything that maybe you wanted to say to everybody who's watching right now on Twitch and on YouTube, maybe out there to our community?
Well, of course, it was a big pleasure for me as well, and of course, are we still connected?
Yes, we are.
Should.
Of course, it was a big pleasure for me to explain this or that detail, but there is no chance to give the complete picture about our business and about our product. So I would recommend to have a look at all those. I guess we have already more than 200 videos on YouTube where we explain how the trailers work, and which happens when you push this button, and what happens if you put that one. And I would be very glad if the one or the other from the audience would join us in Krone TV, that would be great. So thank you for to let me explain that story, and well, I wish all of you the best.
No, thank you so much. It was an absolute pleasure. Your information
It
was
was.
so
It was.
valuable, and we learned so much today. And
Yeah.
I feel like I've been in school almost, learning all these different things about the trailers. Next time I get to drive one in Euro Truck Simulator 2, I'm going to be thinking about those kind of things, all the little details and extras that Krone have thought about, and now kind of have a bit more of an information and story behind it, which is really, really cool to think about, with the brake lights and other little things as well, such as the temper control as well when hauling different products across the different countries as well. So no, again, thank you. And yeah, definitely go check out their YouTube channel, Krone Trailers. Lots of great videos on there. Make sure to subscribe to them. I imagine lots of more cool videos coming out in the future as well, where you'll get to see Harold there as well. So make sure to go leave some lovely comments there as well.
Great.
And of course, Nemiro as well. Thank you again for being with us this evening.
Thank you.
Our driver for this evening.
Alex. Thank you, Harold. Thank you both. It was fun and really educational for me.
It was.
Guys, my pleasure, and hope to see you soon in real life.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah, hope
absolutely.
so, absolutely. And also thank you to everybody who was watching today as well. Thank you for bearing with us with a little bit of a delayed start, but we hope you enjoyed this very informative stream. Again, go use the hashtag, go send us your photos of you holding the Krone Trailers, and you could win some fantastic prizes there as well. Until next time, though, we hope you have a wonderful rest of your evening, morning, or afternoon, wherever you're watching from in this wonderful world, and we'll see you all again soon. From all of us here at SCS Software and Krone Trailers, have a good evening, everyone. See you later.
Ladies, see you.
See ya. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.